Hello, welcome everybody. It's Deborah Baker here in the Costa Blanca in Spain with this video just before Christmas. So I thought it'd be nice to get into the Christmas spirit with the Christmas tree in the background, just a little one, and welcome you to my next video. I hope you're enjoying this series of videos which are designed to give you ideas, inspiration, explain a few things along the way, and so you hopefully don't make as many mistakes as I have done in the past. And I thought it'd be nice to show my face. I don't show it very often. Very often you're looking at either my cutting board or the glass that I'm working on, and I thought it'd be nice to see each other face to face. Now this is a nice, quick, easy pendant making video using, again, all your scraps. I like to not spend hours on projects. I like to get my pendants made and up for sale, and as quickly and as prettily as possible. So this is one of my techniques that I use, that I've sold a lot of pendants of this style, and keep watching to see how I do it. What you find when you've been cutting all your bits of glass, one of the most common shapes you end up with are triangles, because triangles are so easy to cut, aren't they? And we know that cutting in straight lines on glass is much easier than trying to cut curves. So you end up with all these lots of little triangular bits. Now we're going to make use of these to make some lovely pendants, and in particular these three. So the first thing is you've got to make your base for the pendant. So I have on my board various shapes that I use regularly. If you've got a template for a triangle, that's fine. If not, you can do this on your board so you've always got it, and then cut out a template out of just card or anything. There's lots of ways to do it. It's very hard to do a triangle by just sight. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be the base for your pendant, and I'm going to do one. You can use any base colour really, because you're not going to see much of it by the time you've finished. You will see some of it. So I'm going to use white. I'm going to do one in white, one in black and one in clear for the purpose of this video. So I'm just going to cut a strip off first. I'm going to mark my template. And whilst I'm here, I'm going to cut a couple, being as I've already got one of the sides there. Okay, so I'm going to go and cut out all my others, and I'll be right back. So I decided that one was a little bit big, but I'm still going to do it but I've just made these a little bit smaller. You've always got to be aware of size, I think, when you're making these pendants to sell. Right, so your options are with this, as normal, is that you can use, let's get rid of that, clear, Dichroic on clear, Dichroic on black, textured, untextured, patterned, unpatterned, or just plain. And the joy of this is that you can have a combination. You probably know with my pieces I like to create as much colour and bling as possible. So, and I like to be able to see the different layers of colour. And when you're making pendants, if you just put one piece of Dichroic on top of another piece, with the exception of a few pattern Dichroics, it's going to blot out the colour underneath. So it's a bit of a waste of your Dichroic underneath. So we try to find ways to show both levels of the Dichroic, if you know what I mean. And this is a way of doing it. And also it creates a lot of texture, depth, colour. Because it's only tack fused, you have more control over the colours of the glass, because you know that they can shift a lot when you full fuse, and this doesn't happen so much when you tack fuse. And you can create thinner pieces. So all my glass that I've got here is 2mm, but if you've got 3mm glass that you want to get rid of, now's the time to do it. So it works well in a lot of ways, these pendants, in that it can use up all your scrap pieces of glass. Now what I'm going to do at this stage as well, which I've learned from experience, is take the point off, because otherwise when you come to put your bail on there, it's going to stick out either side, unless you have a real thin bail, in which case you could leave the point on there, but it does help not to have the point as well in doing the rest of the pendant. So we'll just take the point off those. So what we're going to do now is, you want long pieces of triangles, long triangles we want now, which we're going to place on here in a nice pattern. What I'm going to do with this one, because it's a clear base, I think it will be quite nice to actually have clear pieces of Dichroic alternating through, because then you'll be able to see partly through the pieces of the glass that have got the clear ones on, and create nice depth in the piece. You can be random with the pieces that you put on, or you can follow a theme, a colour theme. If you're going to be random, just using up old pieces, just try and pick colours that are not going to clash, that are going to go together, complement each other. Or pre-cut or find your pieces if you want to create a theme of colour. So I think on the one pendant, that's clear, I'm going to do, in fact on this pendant, I'm just going to cut these into the shapes that I want, and we're going to have that as the bottom layer. So you're going to want to cut nice long pieces and just try and get as many out of a piece as you can. Try and keep them slim, because it just makes the piece nicer than big clumpy bits on. And don't worry about your base triangles if they're not exactly triangles, because you're not going to see them at the end when you've finished. And they can overlap the bottom of the piece, or you can finish flush with the piece, or you could make them a little bit longer in the middle to give it a bit of a rounded shape. When this is fused, you see these are all going to round off, so don't worry about the square edges. So I've just cut that piece on the end. I'm not going to glue at the moment, I will glue till I've got all my pieces ready that I want to use. Right, so that's the base of that. So what I'm going to do is, normally I would do it straight on the kiln shelf, but I've got stuff in there, so I'm going to put it straight onto the kiln paper. Okay, bit of a tight fit, but we're on there. Just going to nudge that down a bit. In fact, I'm just going to make that more, I'm just not quite happy with that. Just going to take the edge off that. So I've just grinded that in my grinder, and just so that you know it's not chipped. Why is it not chipped? If you hold it upside down when you're grinding, you can see the edge there that I've grinded. If you hold it down firm on the base when you're grinding, it won't chip. If you hold it up when you're grinding, it'll chip. There we go. You learn something new every day, don't you? Pretty. Now I want more bling and I want more depth. So I'm going to put pieces on the top. And I'm just going to use some of the pieces here. Now what I like to use when I'm putting things on top of other Dichroic is, where's it gone? Stripes. These stripe things. They're just lovely. They're just lovely because you've got all those different colours in, so you can get quite an effect. Putting one of these on that, you've got like 3 colours or 4 colours on top of it. So I do like to use these. Now, the choice is yours. You can just go and put small ones on. You can put 3/4 length ones on top and then small ones on top of that. You can go up to 3 layers. You can go up to as many layers as you want, I guess. You can put a dot, one of your micro dots on the top, and feed these round it. Cut them so they go around it. Anyway, I digress again. So I'm going to, that's not quite long enough. I want something a little bit longer first, and then I might put that on the top. No, in fact, I'm going to cut some of these. I'm going to cut some. Oh, got one here. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. That's lovely. Obviously, this is Dichroic up because they're Dichroic up. Bit of a shorter one in the middle. And we're covering up that gap there as well by doing this. Just because I happen to have it cut. Or just put them on randomly. You know, that's the other option. Just put them on randomly. It still looks lovely at the end of the day because you've just got all that different texture, colours, depth, bling. They just look so pretty. And you don't have to have just clear on the top. Obviously, you could have one on black. I'm just going to put another very slim one down the middle. And this is gold. This is the crinkle gold. This is, so I think we'll have a bit of this in. There's a bit of gold in the base. And then I'm going to put this little one on top. A couple of little ones on top, I think. Okay, that's looking nice. So I'm just leaving that there to dry before I move it. And on to the next one. So you get the idea. I'm going to show you these when I've loaded them up, and then we can get them in the kiln. So I've done the second one, just in the process of doing the third one here. It's the second one. So we've got some textured Dichroic there on the sides and in the middle, and I thought that some plain blue there would quite bring out the colours of those. And then we've got some crinkle gold on top. Now, crinkle gold can go to green when it's on. If you put crinkle gold on black, it goes green. If you put crinkle gold on white, it stays gold. And then we've got some of this on the top. Okay. This one I've got that I'm just working on now is got, this is a lovely purpley green colour and should fire like that, and this is a real deep purple, so that's looking nice. So I'm just going to get some, I think I'm going to put some clear on the bottom of this one between. I'm just going to find something that will go with that. The next 2 pieces that I've added here, I've taken from a piece of ripple, I guess it is, very soft ripple, Rainbow 2, 3mm that is. So it was quite hard to cut, but I think that I've taken it from the blue end, so I think that's going to go quite nice on there. So just put my little bits on top now. And finally some little pieces on the top. This, because those are 3mm 3mm those there. They've created rather a hump, so it's been difficult for me to get them to balance on there, but I've put plenty of glass tack on, so hopefully they'll stay in position when I move them and they'll fuse like that and not fall off the sides. And wow, these have turned out better than expected actually. Colours have gone nice together. They go nice with the other colours, nothing's clashing. You've got the difference with the textured glass, the untextured glass, the clear glass. Nice, interesting, colourful piece. Same with that one. Just simple use of glass. Didn't take a lot of time to do, but it has created a truly unique and beautiful piece of jewellery. And I'll show you them when the bales are on. And this one is absolutely stunning. The colours in this one just glisten gold. Just gold. Oh, just gold. With a hint of green. And we've got, that was the crinkle on the top there, which you can see the two colours in it. You can see the gold and then you can see how it catches the green. So that was crinkle down, that was crinkle up. That crinkle up is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Nice piece. In fact, it even looks nice from the back when you see all the colours shining through. So there's a nice idea for another pendant, if that was coloured dichroic in there, and leave those gaps there with clear through. They really do shine. So we'll give that a try in another project. That one's on the black. All the corners have softened in the fuse. Doesn't need any cold working at all. Same with that one. That's on the white background. Yes. Pleased with those. So thank you for watching my video and coming along on this journey with me. I hope it enables you to make some beautiful pieces as well. And please feel free to like, subscribe, it's all free. My channel, it does help me. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I've still got lots of ideas, lots of things to show you. So if you turn on notifications, you can be notified when I upload my videos. Bye for now.